Welcome. In front of me is a Xiaomi Leitzphone, and today I will show you how you can hard reset this device through settings. So, before I actually get through the resetting process, I do want to quickly mention that this will remove all your data that is stored on the device, and I'll be showing you how you can go about backing up all your data that you'd like to maintain. Now, there's a couple different ways you can go about it, so I'll be showing you basically all three, though I'll be kind of talking about downsides and upsides of them. So if you're not interested in that, you can feel free to skip forward by like 8 minutes or so, as it's gonna take me a moment. And yeah, from there I'm just gonna jump straight into the actual reset. So to start off, one of the probably most common ways you're backing up your device unknowingly or unwillingly is through Google, as Google is pestering you the shit out of you to back it up every time you open up any of their application. And even though you're trying to get rid of this, eventually you're gonna trip up and agree to it by mistake, and Google is right there to steal all your data right when you trip up on this one. And you can check this by going into About Phone and going into the Backup and Restore, and then at the bottom you'll have Backup. This is from Google, and you can see both of the things here are being backed up, or actually more than both. There are only two different categories, but if we go into 100 device data, that is a lot of different data. We have contacts, call histories, device settings, apps, app data, SMS, MMS messages, and well, that's about it. Now, I want to point out what is actually labeled right here as absolute BS. So a lot of, or some of the data right here, probably the ones that is a little bit more important to you, is actually not going to get backed up, because why the shit would it be? So what I'm talking about is apps and app data. Now, Google doesn't actually back up apps, so that's already a straight up lie. What Google does in reality is just gives itself a little cliff note that re-downloads that application from Play Store once it's being restored. Hey, if that application no longer exists on the Play Store, well, you're not downloading it from anywhere. So, to give you an example, I think Yuzu emulator was one of the ones that was on Play Store. So hey, you got it when it was there, and then Nintendo Hit Squad basically, dialed up the booty of whoever created that, and they went in the raw with all the lawsuits that it possibly could find. And obviously the creator took it down, because hey, I'm pretty sure winning a war with US might be actually easier than winning in a court with Nintendo. So hey, you have that application on your phone. That's great. It's just no longer downloadable. Now you're backing it up like a logical person would try to do. Google's telling you it backed it up. Well, I feel so nice about that. Then you go to restore it and you restore shit, because Google cannot download this application from Play Store because it no longer exists and it didn't actually back it up. So it makes it absolutely useless in this aspect. And you can also see another limitation. We're limited to 15 gigabytes of data right here. That would include photos, videos, and app data, SMS and MMS messages, along with any other kind of data that Google wants to hoover up so they can monetize it. If they can't monetize it, they're usually not going to be hoovering it up. So again, for photos, videos, even 15 gigabytes is not that much. So you might be exceeding this. And if you are, well, that's not getting backed up either. Good luck. Again, as a backup, absolutely awful. So let's move on to better options. If we back out here, we will see that we have a couple additional options. We have Xiaomi Cloud, another backup to cloud. We're not going to talk about that one. And then we have the two good ones, mobile device and computer. So each one of those would basically create a copy of data to that, what is listed right here, the device, which would be this phone itself. And you can move this data from the phone to your computer if you wanted to, or obviously you can just directly create it to the computer. Now, these are all nice and dandy. I think they do limit you to restoring this data to another Xiaomi device though, so that's a little bit less dandy, but whatever. And then one of the best ways you can back up, migrate your device would be by using the MiMover application, which looks to be in System Apps. To that, it's in Tools folder, but you can just check it out in your app tray as well. So you're looking for MiMover somewhere in here. There we go. We're gonna agree, and there we go. It shows you a very simple menu: new, old. You just select what this device is, new or old. And in reality, basically this is you're moving data. So old one is you're moving data to this device, you're moving the data out of this device. Now you can use the MiMover application if you have another Xiaomi device. That'd be a tablet, phone, it doesn't really matter. They all come with their own version of this, which is called MiMover. And it's just an application designed to help you migrate data between Xiaomi devices or to Xiaomi device. Now you can do this to other devices as well, but you would need to use the application of the device that you're moving to. And companies make this kind of version of application each for themselves, so it's easier for you to move to their phone. They're not going to make it easy to move out of their phone, though. So they're only kind of work one way if you're dealing with two different brands of devices. So as an example, if you have a Samsung phone, as an old one, or you may be moving to this as a new one, whichever one it is, you're basically migrating data from the Xiaomi to the Samsung. You'd need to download Samsung's version of this application, which is called Smart Switch. Now, other brands like Oppo, Realme, Vivo, and OnePlus, all four of them use Clone Phone, while Huawei uses Phone Clone. And I think Motorola has something like MotoMove or something along those lines. So you download whatever application you need on this device to move the data to that other brand. And subsequently, like I said, you can do this in order to back up data to that device or to migrate to a new one like that. If you're planning to back it up and then restore it, you then need to, again, download the application of MiMover on that other device, because you need to download the application of the phone you're moving data to. Then when you're moving it back, that would be then MiMover. So anyway, with that out of the way, this one will be the best kind of way to back up your data, as it allows you to back up basically everything, applications included, no matter where they came from. So I didn't mention Google even gives itself the cliff note for applications that came strictly from Play Store. If it's from outside of Play Store, it doesn't even bother backing them up. But here, no matter where the application came from, it's going to get backed up, and it's actual backup. So it's physically being moved from one device to another, and it's automatically becoming available to on that device once it's restored. It doesn't need internet connection to function, as long as obviously the application doesn't need internet connection. But yeah, you don't need internet connection to download it or anything like that. It just gets moved. So it's pretty great. And other things like photos and other things are limited to a measly 15 gigabytes of data. And if you exceed that, too bad, you're going to have to do that yourself now. So highly recommend using this kind of method, using these kind of applications. Now anyway, with that out of the way, let's move on to the actual reset process. And look at that, right on the dot, 8 minutes. So we're going to open up our settings. And we're going to again navigate to About Phone. And in here, we're going to navigate to Factory Reset. Now in here you have a bunch of information that will be removed by this process, which we don't need to care about. We have already backed up our device, hopefully. So we're going to select Erase All Data. Now if you have some kind of screen lock, you will need to confirm it right here. I have a pattern, so let me just draw it. If you don't have any kind of screen lock, you automatically get moved to this. Now in here you do have the option to back up your data. Again, though, this one is to Xiaomi Cloud. Again, limiting you to only one device to be restorable. It's kind of a crappy little backup, so I wouldn't really recommend it. And anyway, we already created a backup, so we can just straight up jump to Factory Reset. Now this gives us another info that clear eSIM data. So basically remove eSIM that you might have added. If you didn't, you can select clear. If you did, then that will depend if you want to keep that eSIM in here or not. It's basically as though you were keeping your physical SIM card in a device, but it's in a digital format. So I'm going to select clear. Now here we have another message that this will clear all data, like we already didn't have like 2 of them. So this is basically a third one. And it's also behind a timer, 10-second one, which then we can press on next. And hey, we have another message that this will clear all data and cannot be undone. Yes, I know, you already told me that 4 times. It would be nice if I could skip this. So we can now click on OK after the 20 seconds have been wasted, and this will begin factory resetting the device. Now this will take about a minute or so. It's a relatively quick process, and once it's finished, we will be presented with the setup screen. So I'll be back once it is visible for me. Okay, so this took a little bit longer than I expected, but as you can see, it's now finished. Now I do have a SIM card in here, so I'm just gonna pop it out. So there we go. That's what you would be normally presented with. So anyway, with that being said, I hope you found this very helpful, and if you did, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.